The first step to approach social interaction with a genuinely relaxed attitude, pictured as a casual game of cards where the outcome is uncertain but the joy is in the play itself. By cultivating this relaxed mindset, you pave the way for more meaningful connection and genuine exchanges. Focus on being relaxed. Relaxation in social situations is achieved in two ways. One, there is nothing to gain from this, so there are no expectation, no need to impress, no anxiety, and relaxed state is naturally achieved. Release the weight of expectation. Social interactions are not auditions or performance. They are shared moments where authenticity shines. Stripe away the need to impress, allowing your true self to emerge. As the pressure dissipates, so does anxiety, creating space for more comfortable and enjoyable experience. 2. There is something to gain and something to lose. For example, if you want to impress someone, but you love the game much more than losses and victories. If you lose, the game will continue. If you win, the game goes on. When you are in the state of enjoying the game of talking to people, losses and win become temporary events. That you accept are part of the game, you play the game without attachment to the player. The first rule is that you've got to be relaxed in your bones now. Let's talk about why mother lovers aren't relaxed. You compare social situations to imaginary scenario of how that conversation should be. Many find it challenging to relax in social situations because they measure real-life interactions against idealized scenarios often portrayed in the media. You have imaginary scenarios in your mind of a great conversation in which everybody ends up being charmed by you. These scenarios have been learned from TV, movies about egocentrism and then reinforced by role-playing in your mind. If you really want to be charming in reality, dump all of this imagined scenario in a burning pit and empty your mind from nonsense. Go into social situation with I don't know and relaxation will follow. When your mind is empty, your expectation you become agile, adaptable and free of constraints like water. Life is unpredictable and so are social interaction. Embracing the unknown allows for spontaneity and authenticity. Instead of clinging to scripted expectations, find comfort in the uncertainty. This shift in perspective can liberate you from constraint of rigid social script, opening the door to more relaxed and enjoyable interactions. Why people's social skills don't improve? You have unrealistic dumb standard of social interaction which you have accepted without a prolonged debate of self-questioning. When you accept such standard, normal behavior becomes disappointing in comparison. The standard dictates that you ought to be at least 7 or 8 out of 10 in every social interaction with random confused as fudge human. I'm assuming you perform at 5 out of 10. During assessment in your mind, out of something called negativity bias, you give yourself 2 out of 10. 2 means chugging garbage. Therefore, you have anxiety about next social interaction. You cut yourself off from new people who aren't actually thinking poorly of you at all. You become so negative that you discourage yourself to meet people, reach out to people, and so because you judge yourself so hard, any positive motivation to improve your social skills is swallowed by the black hole of negative criticism. As a result, actual bad social interactions start occurring from a lack of skill development and pre-exciting negative judgment that will do crap anyway. You manifest awkward bad social interaction. Should you then just accept I don't care, I have no expectation and be an asshole? No. Consider embracing self-compassion. Challenge those unrealistic standards, recognize the impact of negativity bias and focus on gradual improvement. By shifting your mindset, acknowledge your progress and allowing room for learning, you can break free from a cycle of self-doubt and build genuine connection without a weight of unrealistic expectation. Here's a little Eastern wisdom for you. Your expectations shall not be focused on how people react to you, but on how you react to yourself. What people think about you is far less than important what you think of yourself. Here's the advice. Limit your expectation of your conduct. Currently, you analyze your conduct on the basis of other reaction. What they must be thinking of you. Were they impressed? Currently, you analyze your conduct on the basis of your values. Did you honor yourself in the way you conduct yourself in a conversation or not? Your expectation must be to uphold your values. Your self-esteem should come from this, not from what XYZ with haircut thought. How dignified, mannerly and decent you are to your fellow human species is how you decide what to think of yourself. You can't control others. Why not focus entirely on controlling your conduct and centering it around values that make you respect yourself? How do you stop wanting to impress people? This happens with a little cognitive reframing of how you see human. You have to learn see human as a primate, mammal, not some grand, majestic being. Because they have fancy clothes on that, you have strongly learned to associate with a price tag. That's social learning. Person from a tribe from another continent will see the same cloth as colorful fabric stitched together in an unfamiliar way. which is different, not superior. You perceive clothing and object like that because that has been your social training. You believe the illusion. That's how tricks are sold as magic. We live in a world we are unknowingly trained to believe in a lot of illusion and nonsense as truth. Accept this truth: you are not less than anybody, you are not above anybody. We are all Homo sapien trying to figuring out how to survive and be light. We are mastered at pretending how scaringly confused we are. If you can accept that and learn to see all human like that, they will cease to be a creature that need to be impressed. You can achieve relaxation amongst human and empathy for them. 2. Now practice self-control. Self-control regulate when you speak depending on which conversation and topic you are interested in, having something to offer, to have knowledge about, and which conversation you know very less about. Which should be a sign that you ought to be an active listener in this, or you can leave to another group. Butting in wanting to be the center of conversation is actually annoying and revealing of constant need of attention, and confidently uttering something that exposes how uneducated you are on a subject it's not advisable. If you don't know about something, better to shut the fuck up. Just listen. If somebody asks for an opinion, tell them you don't know anything about this. Owning you don't know without shame or doubt show you are confident and sure about yourself. Honestly, like this execute strength because it shows that you are a possibility of being judged means pissed at you. Most people pretend what you show is that you know who you are, and you are not going to pretend to be somebody else to be liked. That's strong and show you are not a bullshitter and hence can be trusted. 3. Know that not every room is going to be the same in your mind. You judge every conversation like this. Either you stuck in it or you were fine. Add a new setting to your mind right now. Some conversations are going to be good, some are confusing, some are odd, some are outright boring, and most are completely meaningless. Activate this setting before and after every conversation you have with people. Even in good conversation, you will not become friends with everybody. Maybe you make warm acquaintance with one or two people, or whether that develop into friendship depend on further meetups. You can't base friendship on a single pleasant conversation. That could be a people pleaser, pretender, high in trait, psychopathy, or all dark trait. Those are really charming people at first. Here, more in many conversations, you are not going to be making friends with anybody. Be completely okay with that. You did not suck. Your expectations are inconsistent with how humans work. Don't point finger at yourself unless you have clear loud reason to. Not every room and outcome is going to be how you imagine it in your fantasies. Welcome to reality and be prepared for a lot of awkwardness. 4. Don't be bothered if you are not liked. You are not there to please. If somebody being weird and treating you unpleasantly, instead of obsessing over their word, going crazy, wondering why, hating yourself, doubting yourself, or trying to please them and win over their approval, distance yourself from them at the first sign of offense. Another rule: do not for a second take nor process anybody crap. Between taking offense and accepting that it may have nothing to do with you, humble yourself by not making it about yourself. Accept that they are power bigger than you, operating in life that affect people. You don't know what is going on in their lives. If somebody is unpleasant, leave it to the universe to deal with them. Accept that there are clear possibility that this person would be human sewage, which served as a good enough reason to smile and forget about them. Your mental state and any social interaction must be one of relaxation, and you should have clearly defined tricks available to maintain that. If somebody is being a piece of shit, distance entirely at once is not your problem. Let the universe to handle it. 5. Spotlight effect. You heard this millions of times. Nobody cares about you. This out to give you freedom and relaxation. Nobody gives a fuck about me. That's nice. I can relax, be free, be myself. It is okay, because the spotlight effect basically say that just like you are always thinking about whatever is happening in your life, others are doing the same. Your major focus is you, their focus is themselves. This gives us few incentives, one of which is that you are allowed some mock-ups in social situations. In case you make errors, say something stupid, or overshare, it is okay. Spotlight effect. As long as you learn to adapt and strategize, fuck up become a breeding ground for growth. Humans have malleable short-term memories, including you, so relax. Don't forget to subscribe. 6. Eat knowledge. Here are two approaches. First, you work hard every single day to improve your speaking skills so you can speak well in front of others. Second, you fill your mind with perspective, active knowledge, and the curiosity to learn. Not because you want to impress people, but because you want to make your mind a beautiful place. The first person will speak well, and the second person will be amazing to speak with. That's the difference between extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. I'm not saying don't practice skill. What I'm saying is make consuming knowledge while reading a great love of your life, and that will sufficiently increase your speaking skill. Impressing people as motivation, it's a move toward desperation. Cultivating your mind is fulfilling your intellectual for a conversation to happen naturally and gracefully. It has to be removed from obscenity of pounding everything into goals, steps, and reward like you are a robot. You are a human being. It's your duty to make this mind a beautiful place filled with beautiful thought and full of information about the topic you love. 7. Let others shine. Let's say you are a reservoir of knowledge, you are overexcited about a topic and you talk so much that others zone out, get irritated, and aren't able to get a single word. Certainly, it's important to strike a balance in our conversation, ensuring everyone has a chance to contribute and share their thought. If I notice others turning out, I'll make a conscious effort to listen more actively and give them space to express themselves. And for reference, watch podcasts. Even a smart person can be severely lagging in an interpersonal skill. Let others shine. Say this to yourself or you are going to forget. Even if you don't find what they are saying very interesting, it is okay. It's not a race. Humans don't have to always be amazing. You are the same on many occasions. 2. That is a cost of human relationship. You have to be tolerate them and the payoff when they show up for you at the time you need. Cost benefit analysis mother lover. To be a charismatic person who wins over human being, there is no tool better and more universally uniting than kindness. Kindness dictates that others are as valuable as you are or as valueless as you are. Either way, it's fine as long as you see human on the same plane as you extensionally give them opportunities to shine. How to be naturally charismatic, reframe how you see human altogether. For that, read as much as literature as you can about human. David Graeber and David Wengrow's The Dawn of Everything is much better than Sapien. Focus entirely on life to maintain your relaxation. When you meet human and realize that they are only human, nothing to afraid of or fascinated by, and then finally cultivate the only singular element that separates human from all being thought, the human brain, which is not an organ whose sole function is to carry out reciprocal communication, acquire skills to get a job and money and fuck and gossip to fill your mind with useless information. Its true nature is to elect everything out of other. Your brain needs to be awe-inspiring. Make your brain that and charm will follow. I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you subscribe to this channel. If not, then why not? And you feel things are hard, seem chaotic around you and you feel lost and unseen, remember this golden word. And I mean, you are awesome.